Hello guys, welcome to Mercedes-Benz King. Today we are in Oslo in Norway with the all-new Mercedes-Benz EQC. And I'm very excited because this is the first electric car of Mercedes-Benz. Eventually it will have 5 models, ending with the EQV. The new EQC has all the classic Mercedes-Benz virtues, such as the comfort, the safety and of course the quality. But on top of that it has 2 electric motors that have an output of 408 horsepower. And combined with the new technology and the intelligent system, it has a range of up to 400 kilometers. But it will also predict where you need to charge your vehicle and when. So in this video I will show you the complete exterior, interior, all the new technology because it has a lot for the EQ design. And of course the characteristics of this car. So how does it drive? How does it feel? So let's first start with the front of the car. Mercedes-Benz has a new design for the EQ family. It now has horizontal lines here in the front. You can really see that in the non-AMG package, but this one has the AMG package. So it has 2 horizontal chrome parts here in the front. The headlamps actually extend all over the front with one large line. And Mercedes-Benz has chosen for black elements on the lower section of the front and the rear. This visually makes the car seem less high. A gorgeous diamond white exterior color. And these new headlamps, the multi-beam LED, are also new with blue elements on the side. And the distinctive front features a black panel area all around the headlamps, and it includes the radiator grille, and that is to make it seem like one unit. And that brings us over to the side of the car, and here you can also see that it is very futuristic, the design of the EQ family. It has an EQC emblem here on the front end. You can also notice the front bumpers. It has an aerodynamic large gap in the front. And this of course is the EQC based on the SUV concept. So it has a side step and the height is around 1 meters and 60 centimeters. You can also have these rims, which is aerodynamically optimized, and you can see that from the multi-spoke rims with a black paintwork, and you can also optionally have the EQ family color in blue. And the length of this car is 4 meters and 70 centimeters. So it's a real family practical car. The color is gorgeous. It's called the Diamond White Bright. And also very powerful and thick waist for the rear. The stretched roofline and the pattern of the window combined with a low waist really positions this car between an SUV and an SUV coupe. Especially the rear is gorgeous with a large horizontal tail light from this end all the way to the other end. It has LED, an EQC 400 emblem as well as the 4MATIC emblem on the other side. So let's open the trunk and we will have a look at the boot capacity. So it is similar to the GLC and fairly a lot of space, 400 liters of trunk capacity. So let's close it again. And we will have a look at the rear seats. So guys, by sitting here behind my own driver's position, I really can tell that it has a lot of room here. Leg space is decent, around 15 centimeters. The headspace, I'm not touching the roof, so that's great. It doesn't have a panoramic roof, and that's of course because of the weight of the car. It has a sunroof. Furthermore, great materials, white leather with stitching, a very neat door trim with the Burmester surround sound system, high end, and just a lot of space here in the back seats. Hey Mercedes,
How may I help you?
change the ambient color to blue.
Okay, I'm changing the color.
So it has 64 different ambient lighting colors. One gorgeous line here at the door trim. And I really feel comfortable sitting here behind my own driver's position. So, my first impression by sitting here in this EQC is that it has quality. Also, when you compare it to the GLC, for example, this is really something else. It has a very futuristic design. We have to thank Gordon Wagner for these rectangular air vents in an electric look, painted in an exclusive color rose gold. With also the classic Mercedes-Benz adjustment for the air vents. It really feels great to see this in the new EQC. It has a two-tone Designo Napa leather platinum white pearl black edition with leather stitching and perforated seats, because it has the ventilated and the heated seats. It has a unique louver collar which wraps the side of the car with the front all the way around in a curvy shape with stitching in rose gold. This particular model has the AMG steering wheel with its new technology, so the touchpads on the side and two large 10.25 inch digital screens. It has the new MBUX system similar to the A-Class, but it has the new EQC features. The media display view has a special EQ tile, which is the most important one for this EQC. You can search for a charge station with a map. You can now check the range, charging points, and if it is available or not. You can also check the departure time, the maximum charge state, and the maximum charge current. The current power request is displayed as a semicircle at the upper edge. The recuperation appears at the lower edge. On the left side, you can see the charge status and the range, and they are indicated alongside the speedometer. There's one special thing I want to mention before we take the EQC for a drive, and that is the gear changers. And you might think, gear changes, what gears? Because it's an electric motor. Well, it still has the flippers behind the steering wheel. And it's not for the gears, it's actually for the recuperation. And it basically means that if you release the gas pedal, you would normally sail over the road and let the engine brake. But if you do the D-, so you downshift, it will brake harder with the electric motor and it will actually charge. You can set it to D-, D-, so it really brakes very hard. Not with the brakes, but with the charging system. You also have the D+, and then the car will just sail over the road, but it won't charge the electric engine and you will have a less far range. So let's have a look at the two electric motors under the bonnet. So it has one main electric motor in the front and one in the rear. 408 horsepower, and they have a massive 780 Newton meters of torque. So I'm really curious how this car will drive in the city and on the land roads. It has a gorgeous cover. It also weighs a lot, 600 kilograms. That makes the total car weigh 2400 kilograms. And still it manages to do 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in just 5.1 seconds. It has a top speed reduced to 180 kilometers an hour. So now we are inside the EQC, ready to take it for a drive. So first let's buckle up. I will put on the seatbelt. And before I press the button to start, I just want you guys to have a first impression of the electric motor. So pay attention. I will press the button for the electronics to work. Very silent at this moment. It also has acoustic glass, so almost double glass. And let's press the button to start. So you can't hear anything. It says your vehicle is ready to drive. So right now I just put it into drive and release the brake. And there it goes. And my first impression was there is no vibration. It's so comfortable, silent, quiet in the cabin. So I will just climb on this pavement. So it has a great 4MATIC system. All wheels are operated independently. So let's drive. Very smooth. And the fun thing is, it doesn't really drive that different compared to a petrol or a gasoline car. So Mercedes does an amazing job at the driving comfort. It really has an S-Class comfort level. So we are in Oslo, Norway, and I'm very surprised about the progression here in Norway. From every new car sold, 50% is electric or hybrid. And that's because Norway has a lot of benefits, subsidies. So it's very efficient to own an electric car. And also a fun fact, as you can see, I'm using the bus lane and the taxi lane because electric cars are allowed to drive on these lanes. So they really try to make it interesting and attractive to own a fully electric car. So there's a Tesla next to us. And as I mentioned, it has 2 electric motors, so 408 horsepower. So let's see how fast this car is from start. So as you can see, I totally nailed that Tesla. And as I mentioned, it has the gear shifter behind the steering wheel, but they are not actually gear shifters. With this, you can change the response of the gas pedal if you release it. So it's currently in automatic, then it will adjust to the circumstances. So right now the car is braking for itself, because it sees with the cameras that I am approaching it. It's not the Distonic Plus, that's a complete different system. With the efficient driving, it actually charges the electric motor. So you can also downshift and put it to D-. Then if you release the gas pedal, it will take 25% and charge the electric motor. If you double click, it will take 75% reduction from the speed, and it will charge a lot. So if I now release the gas pedal in D-, it goes to 75% charging. So let's say I'm just driving and following that car. I don't have the Distonic Plus or the cruise control activated. So the speed limit is 50 kilometers an hour. So with these cameras, it will measure your surroundings 120 times per second. So it will see if there's a crossing coming or a roundabout. So let's put it into D-automatic. And as I'm approaching a roundabout,
Second exit at the roundabout.
it will automatically slow down and charge the electric motor. I just stopped here at the train station to have a look at this high-speed, full electric train. And to just consider that 95% of all electricity in Norway is produced via water systems. So let's proceed. So I'm now heading to a lake here in Oslo, but I want to check out if I have enough range. You can also see that here on the left panel, but I can also ask Mercedes. Hey Mercedes,
How may I help you?
what is my range?
You can still drive 222 kilometers.
Nice, that's great. Hey Mercedes,
How may I help you?
change the ambient lighting into blue.
Okay, I'm changing the color.
The EQ color. So as I'm approaching cars that are braking,
Now take the second exit at the roundabout.
the car will also slow down and charge. You can also turn it off by pressing the up shifter, and now it's set to D+, which means it is coasting over the road, and this will not reduce the speed if you release the gas pedal. It's also very fast. 408 horsepower and a massive 765 Newton meters of torque, so it really pushes. There are also different dynamic driving modes. So this is the sport mode, and as you can see, if I hit the gas pedal, it has instant power. It's so fun. There's also an eco mode, and finally hidden on the second layer, a maximum charge.
Now keep left.
And this is really fun, because if I now hit the gas pedal, I feel this stopping point
Prepare to turn right.
where it uses the most efficient way to drive in the speed limit. So the speed limit is 70 kilometers an hour, and if I push the gas pedal, it comes to a certain point where I can't push it more. You can push it harder, but you really feel this feedback.
400.
And here it says search for a charging station. So I can see that currently 2 out of 8 charging points are occupied. So 6 are available, enough space for us to demonstrate the charging. So here it is, guys. The Hurtig ladder. And we have a spot for ourselves. So as you can see, it's so normal to just charge your car here in Norway. You have a lot of facilities, and there's also still a large contrast between the existing cars on the road. These are the DC fast charging options. So I have my Mercedes-Benz charging card. You can have 3 possibilities to charge your vehicle: with your mobile phone, so with your Mercedes Me app, but also with the infotainment system, and the third possibility is with the Mercedes card. So I will just tap it right here, I can take it out. You can open it, flip the DC and plug it in. And now it calculates and measures how much it should fill. That's why it's yellow. So when the light is green, the car, the EQC, recognizes this charging station and the other way around. And it takes around 40 minutes to charge it from 10% all the way to 80%, which is like an optimum. So guys, thanks for watching Mercedes-Benz King. I hope you like this video with the new EQC, and I will be enjoying it for another day. So stay tuned for the other videos, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.